I want to thank Jeff Marks and my old friends at E2Tech for inviting me to join you, if only electronically, for your inaugural E2Tech Technology Expo in Maine. This is a great idea for a conference, and I think it's going to propagate ideas throughout the state into our private and public sector as we try to talk about how Maine moves into the 21st century in terms of energy and technology. One of my favorite sayings from Abraham Lincoln. Lincoln was once asked what he would do if he was given an hour to split a cord of wood. His answer was, I'd spend the first 10 or 15 minutes sharpening my axe. Most of us would just start chopping. I think the lesson from Lincoln is that every now and then to take a day like you're doing today is sharpening your axe. It's thinking, it's making contacts, it's figuring out new ways to do things that can make your business and the opportunities that you present to the people of Maine even more rich and more available. So I used to think conferences, oh, that's a waste of time, I've got to stay at my desk. But I now have come to realize that spending time like you are today you will always leave with at least one good idea that you can put to work in your business. So I commend Jeff and the leadership at E2Tech for putting this conference together. I also want to mention, as part of my job, to introduce John Mandyke from United Technologies, who's going to be talking to you in a few minutes. Just last week, I toured Pratt Whitney down in North Berwick and saw what they've done in that plant. They've essentially reinvented their plant, and one of the things they're doing is energy efficiency and dealing with those kinds of issues. Throughout the plant are LEDs, and they're going to last a long time. As everyone knows, a lot less energy use than any other form of lighting, and a brighter plant. And it was really amazing to walk through that plant because they're in the process of making this changeover and see the difference between the areas that were lit with LEDs and the areas still lit with fluorescents, and I think maybe there were some high pressure sodiums, but the difference was quite stark and startling, and it was a much brighter atmosphere. And I was commenting to the leadership of the plant how much more productive I believe will be the workforce with better lighting. And also they painted the floors white instead of black, and the whole place just has a different feel than it did the last time I was there some years ago. That's an example of innovation and thinking about renewability and sustainability, but also having a positive effect on productivity and the work and just the feel of the plant for the people who are there. I don't have to tell any of you how important what you're doing is. We're really moving into a new era of energy, and it's dramatic change, sometimes disruptive change, that's happening right now and over the next several years. Clearly, in the hydrofracking has been a kind of revolution in fossil fuel production, but also distributed energy and the dramatic decline in the cost of solar energy is also changing the way we think about getting electricity and getting energy to our houses. It's no longer big power plant wires and passive taker, but now we're talking about homeowners and businesses generating their own energy, or at least part of it, and interacting with the grid in a much more back and forth way rather than simply the old 100-year-old model, which I think is going to be changing before our eyes over the next several years in Maine and across the country. So what you're doing is important. It also happens to be fun. I know many of you, and I really want to compliment you on putting this expo together. I wish I could be there in person. You guys know me, and I like to browse around, and I'm very curious about what's coming, and I like picking up the objects that are part of our energy and environmental future. So, have a great day, have a great conference, congratulations, and I look forward to seeing the comments and reading the comments of John Mandyke from one of the great companies in this country, United Technologies, that has this wonderful facility in Maine, but also is one of the most progressive companies in the country when it comes to sustainability. So, Have a great day. Enjoy John's comments, and I look forward to seeing many of you soon.